Yesterday had all the appearance of a campaign swing through Metro Atlanta. Vice President J.D. Vance first rallied Republicans downtown, then pitching tax cuts for the folks in Peachtree City. 11Alive Zach Merchant, co-host of the Georgia Vote, joins us now. And welcome to the show again, Zach.
Thank you, Chesley. It's good to be back.
Always good to see you, my friend.
It means it's Friday for me.
What was this an important swing for the Vice President yesterday to come through?
Very much so. Yeah, important is one word to describe it. I think maybe signaling would be another one. The Vice President in Metro Atlanta gave a speech in Peachtree City talking about the recently passed One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It's as we know, you and I have talked about this. We've talked about this on the take. It was a major policy priority of President Donald Trump and the Trump administration. It passed along partisan lines. Republicans in the Trump administration would say that it is a net win for Georgians and for the nation. They point to tax cuts in that bill, and that is the message that Vice President J.D. Vance was here to hype up and to highlight in Peachtree City. We should also note that it had the look of a little bit of a campaign event for some other candidates too. We heard from all three of the most prominent Republican Senate candidates, Derek Dooley, Congressman Mike Collins, and Congressman Buddy Carter at that rally as well.
All right, Democrats had a different view of the Vice President coming through, right?
Yes, they did, and they have a very different view of the Big Beautiful Bill Act as well. Of course, Republicans, as we just mentioned, they are touting it as a big tax cut. Democrats argue that the bill, in fact, benefits wealthy Americans much more than poorer Americans. They also point to what they see as the aspect of this bill that they argue is cutting access and funding to health care, particularly rural health care. We saw Democratic Party of Georgia Chairman Charlie Bailey at an event just before Vice President Vance's event making that argument here. It felt a lot like a campaign day in Georgia yesterday.
Speaking of campaigning, it was a big week for campaigning right here in Georgia, right?
Very big. I'm gonna have to find a different way to phrase this, because I feel like every week, Chesley, we have this conversation. We say, man, it's been a big week in Georgia politics, but that's just the state of play right now. So maybe I need to just get used to it.
Yeah,
because this is, it's like the goldfish in the fishbowl. This is water. We're in it. Big campaign swings this week. So I got to look down at my notes here because I've got bullet points that run down half of my sheet here. On Tuesday, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms was in Savannah campaigning. Andre Dickens, Atlanta mayor, officially qualified to be on the ballot again in November's upcoming 2025 municipal elections. He spoke with supporters after officially qualifying to be on the ballot. Congressman Mike Collins, he's been in the Senate race, but he held a kickoff rally, his first time really revving up a crowd in his bid for Senate. Then on Wednesday, we saw a candidate forum for gubernatorial candidates in Warner Robins, Georgia, Houston County, just south of Bibb County. And then yesterday, of course, we saw the Vice President J.D. Vance event, and that was just like a 72-hour swing.
Yeah, wow. There's a growing field for folks running for lieutenant governor as well, right? And you talked to one of them for this week, right?
I did. We spoke with State Senator Blake Tillery, and you were right to point out that it is a growing field. We've got 4 people in the state Senate alone. There's Senator Tillery, there's also Senator John Kennedy, Senator Steve Gooch. Those are all Republicans running for lieutenant governor. There's also Senator Josh McLaurin. He's a Democrat. Plus, you've got Republican representatives, State Representative David Clark in this race. So you've got 5+ candidates, prominent candidates, running in this race. One of the questions we've asked everybody, particularly on the Senate side, is how do you legislate? Obviously, you're all vying for this same job, but you've also got to get through the General Assembly that's coming up at the beginning of 2026. You've got to make laws, pass laws, and that involves compromise. Ask them how they're going to thread that needle. You can hear State Senator Blake Tillery's answer this Sunday on the Georgia Vote.
Zach Merchant, you're always on top of it, my friend. That's why we always invite you back.
Appreciate it, Chesley.
No problem at all. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, you can watch the Georgia Vote with Zach Merchant and Faith Jesse Sunday morning at 11 right here on 11 Live Plus.